What's up, folks? Welcome to another episode of Watching Paint Dry here on Another Letdown. My name is Zach from Another Letdown Media and the Adjacent Text Podcast. This is the show where we hang out late on a Saturday night and work through the ridiculous mountain of miniatures that we have still to paint. Yes, I say we because, as usual, I'm joined on the line by my good friend Mike, aka Broody Gambit. How's it going, man?
Late at Saturday night, indeed.
For real. Like, the start time kind of crept up on both of us. I was at my sister's house hanging out and doing our annual gift swap and doing trivia and stuff with the kiddos. So that was fantastic. And I got home and I'm like, oh, look, it's time to go live. And I texted Mike and he was like, oh, look, it's time to go live. So here we are. We're working on minis today. As with all the shows that we host here on the Another Letdown Media channel, we believe in civil rights for absolutely everyone and being as inclusive as possible. So any comments or activity actively working against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. So without any more delay, let's paint some minis. How's it going, RPD? At the rate you painted minis last time, you're going to need more minis by any moment now. Yeah, I mean, I did go through really, really fast. But I found a bunch that need work. So I got this headless dwarf over here. He's not even primed yet. So this is Jacob Bugmanson. I'm very excited about it. It's a new promotional model from GW. I'm working on him, but he's not ready for painting yet. I still need to magnetize his head because he came with two heads. Why did he come with two heads? I don't know. Made me angry. So that means I need to bust out the magnets. We'll do that at a different time. But I also put him on my tray to remind me that Captain Kirk wanted to see, I think it was Captain Kirk, wanted to see the mold line removal tool, which I couldn't find. So I'm going to have to pick up at the store when I go in to get my Sentinel Comics rulebook, which should be here tomorrow. Maybe. I hope. But it also means I have to open the store on a day that we're normally closed, which makes me sad. But it means probably nobody bothers me, so I guess it's fine. I don't know. We'll see. So instead, I am continuing work on this little bugger. This, I'm actually going to zoom the camera in a little further, because he's really small. This guy, right here. He is the 40th anniversary White Dwarf, I think? Some anniversary, some big number. But as you can see by the giant gaps, especially on his feet, I was very tired when I was working on him, and I missed a bunch of spots. So we're going to go back over him with some base coat. And I also found, this is kind of cool, if you'll recall from last episode, he kept diving off the base on me. 40th anniversary. Yeah, okay. Funny, RPD. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so it's got to be the 40th anniversary because he's wearing power armor. So yeah, he kept falling off the base. And I would bump him with my brush and he'd fall off. And that's because he was magnetized to his base because I also have this giant shenanigans. This is indeed a birthday cake. There's a birthday cake on his base with a goblin. It's hilarious. I love it. And so I'm going to be working on that too. I also have kicking around Gotrek Gurnison, another of my favorite dwarfs. This is another promotional model for Age of Sigmar. I don't play Age of Sigmar. I play Fantasy 8th Edition. But I have a couple of Age of Sigmar models on square bases just so I can have them lead my armies. And it's kind of cool. So yeah. And the big thing is I'm not ready to do Gotham City Chronicles. It scares me. It's a lot of minis. Broody, it's scary.
It is, yeah. It is a ton of minis.
It is a terrifying amount of minis. And I only got season 1. I didn't get season 2.
Yeah, I haven't even played season 1, so
exactly.
I'm not even gonna bother getting season 2 at that point in time.
Yeah. And then season 3 is coming. I'm like, no.
Wait, what?
Yep, they've got a season 3 coming. I'm like, no. We're done here.
Yeah, I've got too many other games.
Exactly. You need to overcome that fear so you can become the Bat Painter. I mean, I could put my Nightwing mask on, but that involves, lying on my bed for 20 minutes trying to get the spirit gum to dry. Honestly, I don't understand how the Bat family does the spirit gum masks, because that is a pain. And then it constantly feels like it's falling off because of gravity. Alright, so I'm going to finish patching up the base coat here. And then we will dive in on a bunch of different techniques for this mini. I'm not going strictly by the book on this mini. For example, the goblin's poking out of the cake. I'm going to make him a hobgoblin. Because that's what I know. You know what I need is to turn on the light here. There we go. So what did you get up to today?
Well, I woke up.
That's a good start.
Yeah. My yearly physical's on Tuesday, so I had to run in to get blood work done, prior to. And I hate needles. A lot.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I hate needles, so
gotcha.
Having to go get blood work is never a good experience for me.
No.
The phlebotomist went into my right arm and didn't hit anything, and redirected, and I think hit a nerve or something directly, because my entire arm was just searing pain.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Immediately. And then she eventually pulled out, and then went into my left arm, and it was difficult, but managed to get something there. So.
Ugh. So I mean, it's this is a funny thing coming from someone who has several tattoos. I don't care much for needles either. You know, as far as I'm concerned, blood is blood and should probably stay in the body. Although, so I mentioned that I was at my sister's house just now, and we were talking about flu vaccines because my wife is a pharmacist and has to get flu vaccines. She'll be given the COVID vaccine very soon. And my niece Tegan was getting really upset about it, and I was like. And Amanda was telling us, you know, about the last time Tegan had to get a flu shot, and my niece Serenity goes, "Yeah, she was crying and she was a mess," and Tegan's she's looking away from me, so I don't see her face as she's about to cry again. Just the thought of it, I'm like, T, what are you gonna do? The COVID vaccine is 2 shots. And and she broke, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh my god, I'm terrible. So I felt bad. That was a bad experience.
When I was at the doctor's this morning, there's a kid. I don't know how old he was. I was just sitting in the waiting room, but he was crying up a storm about not getting his blood taken. So getting blood drawn is actively unfun though. Yeah.
It's really uncomfortable. And which is why my wife donates blood all the time. I'm like, how do you ugh. No. Blood should stay inside the body, although there's so many wild directions you can go. That's yeah, that's true. So since I'm an egg, I gotta mention MRD. Oh, the thing you sent me, yeah. Dude, I was at work all day, man. But I will have time I will have time tomorrow. I will absolutely, definitely have time tomorrow.
Yeah, I felt bad for the little kid. Just all kinds of upset. And they were trying whatever they could to distract him and get him to not focus.
Yeah.
On getting poked, but it was not working.
Well, like I said, it's such an uncomfortable experience. It's hard not to focus on it.
Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking, it's I know, in my mind, I'm just as upset about it as that kid.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just had 32 years to just learn to suck it up and deal with it.
Yep.
And I was just the same way when I was his age.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's probably the only thing that's kept me from getting any tattoos is just my fear of needles.
Yeah, and I mean, part of it for me, right, is, and I say this to my students all the time too. Like, a tattoo for me, I get to hang out with my friend Josh for between 2 and 4 hours. Like, that's great. I love doing that. And it happens to be some minor discomfort along the way, but the good conversation is enough to make up for it, in my mind. But that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody has a good, friendly relationship with their tattoo artist. So for a lot of people, it's just pain. But, I mean, it's elective pain? I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. You know what you're getting into, essentially.
Yeah. Wait, it feels like the scale of these dwarfs has shrunk down since I started playing. Like, kind of tremendously. I've been thinking about maybe giving some of my previous builds a whirl through the editing room. Oh, cool! You're talking about your RPG characters, I presume. RPD.
Okay.
So I'm kind of following a guide that I found in an issue of White Dwarf on painting this particular model, but I'm also very much not following it because I don't love all the techniques that they used. But they used a really cool technique on the beard that I'm anxious to try because it involves my favorite ink wash.
Blood for the blood guy?
Nah, that's a technical, man.
I
Drinking off
kinda
Nightshade.
Okay, so they're using blue in the beard?
Yeah. I'm very excited about it, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And we'll see what happens, because we are at the inking phase here.
Wow, you're much faster than I am.
Well, again, I started this last time.
Oh yeah, true.
The main ones I think will be Vidwo and Viling. And of course, there are ones that I've slated for remaking. Nice. Got the Metroid soundtrack tonight.
I guess speaking of soundtracks, I guess the first thing that happened when I woke up before going to the doctor's was scrolling through Facebook and getting whammed.
Oh, I felt so bad, dude. I thought for sure I was going down today. Like, legitimately. Yeah. Because, so between going to work and... Oh, yeah, that's right. Between going to work and having to listen to my boss's Pandora station and going to my sister's and her probably not paying much attention to Whamageddon, I was like, God, I'm so screwed today. I'm also quite sure my brother is trying to wham me, because he sent me a very strange YouTube link and then pretended not to know what Whamageddon was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I will open this after Christmas. If it's really that important to you, I will open it after Christmas. So I've just been ducking him all day. Which, to be fair, is probably, even if it is something legitimate, it's probably a good idea for me to duck my brother from time to time. Yep, RPD says you two are in the same boat. You are both hanging out in Whamhalla together. And I guess Katie from Greater Than Games has also got whammed today.
Yeah.
It's a tough
Mine
life,
was
man.
just me being careless.
What?
Mine was just me being careless.
Yeah, that's the worst, right?
Yeah, it's like I looked at a video on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Facebook.
Yeah.
Like it's set up with autoplay, but I usually have it muted. And like I listened to one, but forgot to unmute it as I was scrolling through, and got hit with it later on.
Yeah. RPD says staying for a while at the Wham Holiday Inn. That's a good one, RPD. He says his was the world getting him. The world is a cruel place. Bunch of savages in this world, RPD. We started talking about our plans for summer vacation next year.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same as last year, or as this year. Run away to Acadia for a little while. But like I keep saying to you, if we ever get down to North Carolina again, which I intend to, I'm gonna make a detour out to see you. Because I feel
We
like...
would love to have you.
What's that?
We would love to have you.
I figured, and we would love to visit your neck of the woods and play some games and such. Maybe actually do one of these episodes from the same location for a change.
That'd be interesting and fun.
Yeah. I've got all the software installed on Kate's laptop, so it's not impossible. Be interesting to get the cameras all hooked up properly, but we can do it. We figure it out. Yeah. And I am way off the camera, speaking of. I have been for a little while, I guess. Just, casually over here doing learning and growing. To quote Sam and Max, why can't we all just get along? Because most of us are a-holes. Well, it's kind of true.
Pretty much.
We actually, one of our topics at dinner tonight was how much people are a-holes. Alright, Earthshade.
The question is just how much of an a-hole are you?
Exactly.
Not whether or not you are an a-hole.
Exactly. So I'm trying something different on the base here. With all the brutality minis, we proved that Agrax Earthshade works, Null and Oil works really well on these cobblestone bases. I'm trying Agrax Earthshade just to get a little different tone on it. And I think I like it. I was going through all the minis that I have kicking around the store today after my boss left. And, boy, I need to get a foam case and bring some home and just swap them out because they're just getting dusty and nasty. I'm going to give them a good dusting.
Realized I forgot to paint the inside of the skirt.
What's that?
I just realized I forgot to paint the inside of the skirt.
Oh, dude, I did that so many times with, like, cloaks and capes and stuff with the brutality minis.
What else do I need for gray?
Why did I close that? That was dumb. I still have to do Flesh Shade.
So yeah, after blood draw, I ended up having to go to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's my weekend to work, and we just started those treatments on two of our girls. And so I have to go to two different locations. And luckily my boss chose not to make me go twice a day. like we did last time. He's like, okay, we can cut it back to just once a day.
That's nice.
Otherwise, I'd have to like go to work at like 7 tomorrow morning.
Ugh.
Which is why originally I was like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to stay up late and paint.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, man. It's so much more fun when it's not just me. Trying to paint and be entertaining at this, like just on my own at the same time, is doable but very difficult. All right. Well, he needs to dry. And then we'll so the question is, do I start doing the cake or do I just jump over to Go Trek here? Go Trek's really straightforward. And I've painted him a zillion times too. I have like 4 different models of this character. It's not even funny. I could probably paint him in my sleep. Let's move Grombrindal off to the side here. Where is the big paint handle? Around here somewhere. Oh, right here. Right next to me. Right the heck next to me. Cool. All right. Well, since it's here. So this is what I'm inspecting here. It's the big cake. Looks pretty foolish, but it looks fun. Decisions. No, I want to paint Go Trek. I just want to. And you've already reserved a different day in future weeks to be about things that are difficult. Yeah. That's not public yet, RPD. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Paul and Colin have announced that yet. But... yeah. Okay. This guy. This dude. This guy. This guy! I'll start with his flesh. That's not going well. That's better. Where's that small... Nope. Small base brush. So I gave more consideration... It's pronounced it's confidential. It's confidential. I can't tell you. It's confidential. So I gave more consideration today to buying a boatload of Mandalorians and decided I didn't need them.
I think you do, but okay.
Like, no, I definitely do. But, like, at this moment. You know what I mean? Like, I will definitely be buying them. And if I ever hear word that any of them have gone out of print, I will make a special trip into the store to snag them. Because they are awesome. And I want all of them. Also, this week's episode of The Mandalorian, without saying it, without any spoilers, was a little lackluster in my opinion.
I really liked it.
It was entertaining. I enjoyed it. But I was just like, oh, okay.
I think there was a decent amount of action to be entertaining. Mm-hmm. But there was a boatload of character growth and development for both of the Mando, Cara Dune, and surprisingly Mayfield. Like, in the first season, I was just like, okay, this is Mayfeld. He's an archetype. This is what he's all about. Okay, great. And this one made him like an actual character that was worth caring about.
Okay, that's fair.
I was not expecting.
So the internet did spoil the big thing for me. And that was disappointing.
The big thing?
The thing. With the helmet.
Okay.
So I was kind of angry at it.
Yeah, I really liked that bit.
Yeah.
I loved the ending scene with like the message.
Yep.
Like that was outstanding thematic parallel with how the penultimate episode of the first season ended.
Yeah, I haven't. What remind me of that episode because it's been a year.
So essentially, when Gideon shows up at the second to last episode and shoots up the bar, he like his speech to them in the bar was exactly like the Mando repeated it word for word back to him on his holo message.
Oh, that's right. Yes, you're right. Yes. Okay. Good. Cool.
Like I had a friend who tried to say that was pointless and stupid, and he shouldn't have done that. And I was just like, "There's more." No, that was absolutely perfect, and you can go away.
So, before RPD gets there, it's pronounced "go to bed," Broody.
Why? What'd I do?
No. You should have told your buddy to go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Go to bed. Such a multi-purpose term, phrase, thing. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't I won't say it's a bad episode. I mean, it was still fun. I enjoyed it, but I just felt like I was a little like, oh, at the end.
Okay. I'll give my hot take on this.
Go for it.
Episode, let's see, this was episode 15.
Yes.
Jedi. Episode 13.
Yep.
I think this episode was better once you get past, like, fanboying over, like, Ahsoka and everything being there. Like, in all honesty, that episode was probably one of the weaker ones of the season. Probably not as weak as The Passenger, but, like, outside of fanboying over Ahsoka being there, like, it accomplished some bits, but was still not, like, outstanding.
Dude, I'm right there with you. Quite honestly, so you know this about me. I've not seen the cartoons and whatnot that... Oh my god, I'm way off the camera again. That Ahsoka is from. So she was basically meaningless to me. She's just, as far as... I get it, but as far as I was concerned, she's, quote, just a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, I also saw that episode as very weak. I was just like, okay, whatever. It had a couple of really cool cinematic bits. The references to Akira Kurosawa were tangible, and I love that. But beyond that, I was just like, okay, what are we trying to accomplish here? So yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the Bo-Katan episode was my favorite so far.
Yeah, that was a good, solid episode.
And, I mean, shout out to Bryce Dallas Howard. Like, holy crap. That woman is so talented.
And she also directed the
ATST episode
from the first season, which was probably my favorite from the first season.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like she is following in her father's footsteps 100%. And improving, you know? Learning from everything. I do, oh dear. I can fix that, but gross. Just looking for opportunities to improve, and it's a mark of a good filmmaker, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I'm very excited about painting Fives and Echo because they're clone troopers from Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
For the war. And if I'm being perfectly honest, the best Clone Wars episodes are the ones that focus on the clones and don't have any of the Jedi in them.
Dude,
and Fives and Echo are like the two like primary characters that you follow in those story arcs.
So
They don't have.
Yep, go ahead.
And their characters are great, and I love them, and they're interesting, and I'm very excited about getting to paint them. When I got like the ARC Trooper box set, I didn't realize that they actually came with Fives and Echo as like individual models. I was just like,
cool.
okay, here's I'm just getting a group of ARC Troopers. It'll be great, and then it's like, wait, Fives and Echoes is in this. This is awesome.
That's terrific. I got to be honest though. Like, I agree with you again. I agree with you. The best episodes of anything Star Wars are the ones where they, like, sure, maybe casually nod to the Jedi, but are just like, nope, this is not about Jedi. That's why I love Mandalorian so much, and that's why, why the Ahsoka episode, I was just like, whatever. Keep your Jedis out of my Mando. My amazing wife managed to procure the Mandalorian Hallmark ornament for the year.
Yeah, I saw that.
My buddy John tried to make me feel bad because it wasn't the Beskar armor version. I was like, dude, whatever, man. This pose is cooler.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, like, did they actually make two different versions, or did they just make the one? Because at that point in time, you're stuck at what the manufacturer is making, not necessarily like when I got the 3D printed miniature that I painted. Like, I painted him in the Beskar because I thought it looked cool, but that was something that was completely up to my decision.
Exactly. So last year's version of the Mandalorian was Beskar armor. This year's is season 1 armor, like pre-Beskar. I don't know. They did it backwards, but I like this one's pose better. I just think it looks cooler. I don't know. Okay, so need a whole bunch of dryad bark. So it's time to go to a bigger brush. We're gonna need a bigger brush. Not to be confused with a bigger boat. That I don't think would help here. Oh, it might.
It could. I have access to a boat. I could get one.
We had a boat in college. It had holes in it, but we had one.
Mostly. My dad's got one now that he's retired.
Oh, sure. My dad has a canoe and a kayak. So I guess that's a boat. I guess those are boats.
Those are boats.
Marvel as I violently shake dryad bark. And it worked. Alright, there's some wood. He's standing on like a pile of, I don't know if it's driftwood or like broken fences or something, but Just a boatload of dried bark.
So I also watched Muppet Christmas Carol today.
Love that movie. Have they released the new one, like the updated version yet?
No, I just watched it on. I have the DVD with without the edited cut out songs and stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
So I went upstairs and got that instead of watching it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I mean that's invariably what I will do as well. That's normally what we do on. Oh, okay. Here's a story. That's normally what we do on our holiday gathering at my sister's, but I got stuck in traffic for over an hour in New Hampshire.
I hate traffic.
Traffic is the literal worst. They do like this light display show thing at the Motor Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
So and that is directly on the route between work and Amanda's. So I was like, all right, great, fine. I'll drive past this and I'll get to see some cool lights, just kind of on the way. It was backed up for almost an hour and a half in what is normally a 20-minute drive. And finally, I sit and my wife left her work, which is probably an hour and a half north of where we were going. And she's like, hey, I'm on my way. I'm like, great, you're probably going to get there first. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah, I haven't moved in 10 minutes. By the time I actually did move, it was probably half an hour. And in the meantime, I was Google Mapsing, okay, what are my outs here?
Yep.
And
when I got back from work this afternoon, me and Casey needed to go to the we went shopping at Bed Bath & Beyond to get bed sets and stuff for some of our new furniture coming in for foster care.
Yep.
Since we need that. So there are 3 Bed Bath & Beyonds in the general vicinity of where we live.
Yeah.
And one is close to a big shopping mall.
Yep.
And driving up and down the road that's the mall's off of is the worst at normal times of year, much less the holidays.
Oh.
So I was like, let's go to this one, in the town in the opposite direction from where we're at.
Yeah.
It's right off the highway, so we can get out. It's a little bit of a mess trying to drive on the road at that point in time, but you're immediately there when you get on the highway.
Yeah.
We get there and find out that there are 2 days left, and it's going out of business, that location.
No.
And so everything's 80% off, and so we walked in and there were 3 shelves with random knickknacks on it. I was well, that's not helpful at all.
Nope.
So we ended up having to go to the 3rd location, which wasn't too far away, and managed to track down what we needed. So,
well, that's good. At least you got what you came for.
Yeah.
Well, I spent most of the day complaining about customers. Because there are now so many Dungeons and Dragons miniatures in the $5 packs or whatever that it's now impossible to have them all on our pegboard, which we just built over the summer, I might add. And with like added space and extra space on the side, and I was like, okay. So we had to take all that down, and the customers, of course, over time, put things where they don't belong, and that made me very angry.
Does customers do that?
Yep, they're kind of the worst. Jobs would always be better without, or retail jobs would always be better without the customers. I firmly believe that. Broody, it's Lead Belcher time.
Lead Belcher.
RPD says, as for my backstage work, it's been a lot of scattered things from rewriting one of the stories I DM'd you, that we never got around to setting up the reasons why Jack vs. Paul happens to be a story ending with Harlem, placeholder name, being someone lesser vampires are genuinely scared of. Nice. So we had that heck of a game of Arkham last night. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fun and long.
That is very true. I think we figured it was going to be a lot quicker than it was. Which it never is, and I don't know why we think that. But how much longer? It went for a little while longer still, RPD.
It was just after 11, I think, our time when it finished.
Yeah. But we won. We got there. We showed a thought. We definitely showed a thought with a wall. I think it only took us 2 rounds of combat to drop him. Which, to be honest, is not entirely unexpected against Ithaqua. He's pretty fightable, especially if you get Sealing the Beast power. But even if we hadn't, like, rolling a few fewer dice, not really that big a hit, considering how much we had. I gotta go swap a smaller brush here. Get out of my hand. Thank you. That's not the right one. That's the one.
Oh, and I did also finish Casey's Christmas gift today.
Oh, yeah, okay, so explain that to me. I have zero knowledge of Stormlight Archive, so...
Okay, so there are things in Stormlight Archive called Knights Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like the superpowered magic people.
Okay.
There are 10 different orders that all do different things.
Okay.
So, like, there are like, what are called, like, 10 surges. It's like the forces of nature.
Okay.
So it's like gravity and pressure and regrowth or things like that.
Okay.
Each of the 10 orders can like manipulate 2 of the 10 surges, and so like each order shares one with the one next to it if you looked at it in a big circle.
Okay.
And each of the orders have like some sort of ideals that are their like primary characteristics of like the people who become those knights.
Okay.
So Casey's, the one that she likes the most, is the Edge Dancers. They control adhesion and regrowth.
Okay.
So with adhesion, they can control their friction and can like ice skate over everything they want and make themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
And regrowth is like the healing power. So they can just magically heal people just by being near them.
Nice.
And so like each of these knights bond what is called a spren, which is like a concept. Like they're like embodiments of concepts. And so the cultivation spren is the spren for the Edge Dancer, which like manifests essentially as like growing vines that kind of fall around and leave trails of crystals.
That's cool.
It's not like they don't move; the vines just grow to new places and dissolve away from where they were. So like I ended up making a replica of the cultivation spren for her.
Well, it looked really cool. I was really happy, really excited about it. I've always said that like I anytime I make or buy a gift for someone, I want that person to feel like they've hit the jackpot, you know? And I think that is a really personal and good way to accomplish that, man. I think she's really going to dig it. I've always said that making a gift for someone is always a lot more personal than just buying something at the store. For example, I made... So obviously one of the things that's coming in with the Sentinel Comics RPG kit is the dice set. And rather than just giving mine to Tegan, I made her a dice set that is all her favorite color.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very happy with it. So I don't think she's ever seen polyhedral dice before in her life, but she knew right what they were and what we were going to do with them. So that was cool. I love how sciencey those kids are. We got Finley a like dinosaur modeling kit, but like you build the skeleton and then you build the skin and stuff over the top of it with clay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. A lot of chains on this model. I guess instead of Steve from Skulls here, we got Chaz from Chains. Bunch of dead rats, too. Apparently, Gotrek has been fighting Skaven. Because why wouldn't you? You know? Skaven are gross.
Lots of stripes on 5s.
Yeah. I'm about to do a bunch of stripes on his pants. I'm actually Googling that, what the stripes look like. I think they're 2 different shades of green, but I want to be I want to be double serious. Oh, long days, long. Oh, right. Googling. I was doing Googling. Oh, I was completely wrong. Apparently his pants are blue? Where did I get green from? No, oh, okay. Older models he had blue and white striped pants.
And now it's different?
Now it's different, apparently. Huh. Alright, cool. Other stuff I've dealt with include what are the philosophical differences between being trained at Freedom Plaza and being trained at the Challenger Initiative? What other midway game can I draw from to make a comparison for a rival for video? And what happens when you Google Translate a script about a bootleg Donkey Kong game repeatedly? Alright. Yes, okay, blue. That's right. Let's do his pants. Alternatively, I can do the cloaks on the Skaven boys, the rat boys. But since the blue is right in front of me, that's where we're going to go to next.
Trying to put some little details on. I think I'm coming off the camera a bit.
What's that?
I'm focusing on like really tiny details.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pulling it completely off the camera to like look as close as I can at it.
Yeah, I do that from time to time. Like, I've since we've started doing this, like, we've had to kind of learn almost different ways to paint because we're trying to hold it in a different position than we would naturally. Yours less so because you've angled your camera in a better way, but like,
I mean, I just have mine like a top-down camera.
right. I have to dodge the microphone and all kinds of other stuff, so I'm actually painting slightly off to my left.
Hack.
What's wrong?
Just dropped a mini.
Oh. Well, at least you didn't catapult paint all over your lap.
No, I did not do that. Luckily.
Okay, I gotta admit, the blue pants are playing here. I'm pretty happy with them. The last one is the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah. I had a feel. I was like, there's a Joel connection here somewhere, RPD. I just couldn't put my finger on it, but yeah, okay. Thank you. RPD, were you still there when Taffy had to explain the Bonzi Buddy joke to Alex last night? Oh, absolutely. Ugh. Oh yeah, it was funny. Alex was like, you hold on, what is a Bonzi Buddy and why is it significant? And I was like, oh, Taffy, you want to take this one?
Kind of brush. So I guess we started talking about Mandalorian, but we hadn't talked about like the announcement of like 18 billion new shows from Disney.
Yeah. So on that list, there's not all that many that I'm actually excited for. Which I think Adam mentioned too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super excited for Rogue Squadron. Like, yes, please. Can we have Wedge Antilles and Cornhorn?
Yeah. That one I'm very excited for. Especially with Patty Jenkins.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. Wonder Woman director.
Yeah, and her father was a fighter pilot also, so...
Oh, terrific.
So she kind of, like, knows more about, like, the actual mechanics behind it.
That's going to be wonderful.
I'm expecting, like, decent, like really good flying and other stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Rogue Squadron was about, too.
Yeah.
The one thing I did not see and was sad about was Shadows of the Empire, but I'll wait. I'll be patient.
Yeah. That'll come eventually.
Yep.
I love how, like, a year ago, Kathleen Kennedy was all like, it's hard making Star Wars things because we don't have any source material to go off like the comics. And it was like, only because you're the one that threw out all of the EU stuff.
Right.
And then now it's like, what EU stuff can we constantly take from now? Let's keep going.
Favreau's just like, give me a minute.
Here, hold my beer.
Hold my beer, yeah. I'm glad that they and I hope it sticks. I'm glad that they were finally like, okay, yeah, the Fets are Mandalorians. Like,
Yes.
just deal with it. Oh, I chose completely the wrong color.
Like I'm in this chat, like a group chat with a couple of friends of mine, and one of them is this diehard the Fets aren't Mandalorian,
Oof.
like, and every week it's been an argument.
Yeah.
Ever since like the first season of Mandalorian, like it eventually became just like a fact of the matter that I was just trolling him really hard.
Right.
But, like I come up with some reason from the show of that episode or whatever, and like, Ray, this is why Boba Fett is a Mandalorian, is because you look at this exact thing that Manda is going through and it's identical or something like that. And this season has just been so chock full of everything.
Right.
And then it's like when Bo-Katan was like, "Oh, you're a child of the Watch. You're like this religious zealot class that broke away from Mandalore." I'm like, "Oh wait, what's that?" Like he's one that's being like someone who's like a Mandalorian is saying that they like left Mandalore and are like not really Mandalorian. That's kind of like what that Prime Minister said in Clone Wars about Fett and why you think that Fett's not a Mandalorian.
Right.
And then finally, like we got like Boba Fett came in and was like, "Here's my birth certificate," and he's like, "I'm not going to accept it until it's acknowledged by like Bo-Katan or something like that." And I'm just like, "What? Stop moving the goalposts! Like, how much more evidence do you need?"
Yeah.
Eventually, like once again, at this point in time, being a little bit more of an asshole, but I was just like, "Ray, are you an American? Like, can I see your birth certificate? Because otherwise, like, I'm not going to believe it until like I named some politician, I forget who."
Yeah.
I might have said Biden or something. It's like until he acknowledges the fact that you're an American, I'm not going to believe it. And he just didn't talk. He's like, "I'm not going to respond."
I mean, probably the right call.
Yeah, it was just like this is how you sound right now, Ray. Stop it.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, but sometimes it's just like over his head with or yeah, I guess more head up his ass.
Right.
Everyone gets their head up their ass every so often. I'm notorious for it also, but
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we definitely all do that, as evidenced frequently by our beloved baboon.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy and I called him on something the other day, and he was like, We're like, yeah, that's right. Contrary to the narrative that we craft on Trapped in Arkham, I do hear from Sammy and Alex very, very, very frequently, like on a daily basis. They're just never available when we are doing our thing. RPD, please.
Oh, what? We have a bot or something?
We have a bot.
Do you want bots? Because that's how you get bots. Backpack is in a very inopportune position.
Okay, never mind, I'll do it. Ow. Oh, all that moving around has destroyed my back today. Everything hurts.
Any other metal? I think so.
Alright, I need to brighten up this workspace. It's time to go for the orange. Oh, it's down in the other box, okay. No, no. All right. I'm actually going to resort to the Citadel app here because I don't have an orange base coat. I think Averland Sunset might work, though.
Yeah, that's what I normally do for orange.
Yeah.
I usually do an Everland Sunset and then, like, do an orange layer on top of it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking of.
Because, like, I've only got Fire Dragon Bright as, like, an orange layer.
I got a whole bunch of oranges because I do the lava bases, but...
You got what?
I have a whole bunch of orange layers because of the lava bases. So I think if I start with Averland Sunset and then just go kind of bananas of those, it should be okay. So I think that's what we're going to do. Yellow Troll Slayer beard. Yeah. Oh my god. Jason Trost, the creator of the FP, has just posted, I know it'll probably appear like I've lost my mind, but I've spent the pandemic low-key plotting out the FP franchise up until FP11 where it'll end. I'm also in the process of devising a way to release a new FP movie every year, starting in 2021 up through 2029, thanks to my new white trash Mandalorian technology. I so badly want to know what he's talking about. And I'm sure I will at some point. We'll get there. So this model is particularly interesting because it's got, like, the mohawk on top here is actually 3 different layers of plastic.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Seems excessive, but it actually makes for a really cool model.
Okay. I think I've got 5s done. Or at least the base coat done.
Right.
Aside from getting his little tattoo.
Yeah.
Which...
So I've found, by complete accident, there's... And I don't have one with me. Unfortunately, otherwise I'd give the brand on camera here. But I found some pens that are really, really fine. and will work for doing things like drawing tattoos. So when I do the tattoo on Gotrek's shoulder here, I'm going to try and do it with a pen instead of a brush. Because it's just a little bit more natural. I did it on the book that the Righteous Executioner was holding for brutality.
Yeah.
It worked really well. I had some really funny hidden Easter eggs in that book. Christopher's name showed up. And is aggressively crossed out. Apparently Trehan has settled his score with Mr. Bedell.
Sure. Yeah, there's nowhere near enough light to actually see the 5 on the side of his face.
I mean, you can see that it's there.
Yeah.
But it just kind of looks like a blob, unfortunately.
It's distinct enough if you're looking at it not through the camera.
Yeah. Which is often the case.
Yeah.
Even with these fancy document cameras, they're not always perfect.
Okay, so...
So many weird bits of beard. I hate painting beards. I brought this on myself.
Yeah, you're painting dwarves.
Well, and I've been painting dwarves since I was in 7th grade. This is my own fault. I'm impaled upon my own sword. Hoisted by my own petard, as they say.
Or as I like to say, hoisted on your own Picard.
Yep. Go to bed, Broody. But also,
What?
you're absolutely right. It's a pun.
Yeah, well, have you ever played the card game Red Shirts?
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I see where you're going. Yep.
Yeah, like it was one of the jokes they made in there. Obviously, everything's a Star Trek reference in that game.
Yeah. I just lost focus for a second. That was weird. Oh, man. All right. I'm going to attempt something drastic here.
You're going to nominate the Grinch as the Holiday Who-Meister?
No. I'm going to attempt to go to a bigger brush and just get a little bit better coverage on his hair.
I did just watch that movie this week also.
Gotcha.
Pretty much like every other night has been either watching a Bond movie or a Christmas movie.
That's fantastic. For me, so as much as I love a good Christmas movie, and I do, I will be watching Die Hard very soon. Can't wait. I gotta say, one of my favorite things to view during the holidays is the British panel show holiday specials, which are side-splitting. like the comedians that are on those pull out the stops, yo. So because of all this, nebulous gesture, they recorded the 8 out of 10 Cats Christmas special back in February.
What?
Yeah. So it's completely not topical at all, which just lets the comedians go bananas. So at one point, Jimmy Carr brings out, he's like quizzing them on holiday treats. And he's like, someone on Twitter, blah, 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 said that Lucky Charms and Baileys is a good thing to do. And Rob Beckett, like, his face lit up like it was actually Christmas. Which, of course, cue all the alcoholic jokes. And then he proceeded to pour the entire bottle of Baileys over a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Sounds like a good plan.
Right? And then Jimmy Carr Jimmy's just kind of watching him do this. And Rob, is like, and he finally finishes. He's like, yeah, I did it. And Jimmy goes, if you want type 3 diabetes, this is the way. To which, of course, I responded, this is the way.
Michael Flesh Shade.
Yeah, I'm actually working on patching up flesh stuff myself. Not with shades yet, though. Not quite there.
I need a good white dry brush. Like
White?
Supposed to be Terminator Stone.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is Terminatus Stone, or there's a couple of others, but like I feel like I just use Terminatus Stone most of the time.
My sister was asking me what I wanted for Christmas. I was like, you know what I could go for? I could go for some paint. It's like there's the game shop's like an exit up the highway from her.
Oh, gotcha.
And so I was like, you can go to this place and get me Citadel paints. And I was like, but I'm just going to give you a huge list because they all have stupid names.
They really do. I walked out of the store carrying crap. Fulgrim Pink Emperor's Children. Yeah, that's descriptive. Calidor Sky. I suppose that's got to be blue, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Uh-oh. A long, pointy object. I have dropped Dwarf in crack between desk and computer tower. Can I get him? Yes, got him. Okay, we're good. Everything's fine. We're all fine. From RPD says, from my experience, skies are usually gray. Yeah, fair enough. All right, where else are we going here? Guess we're back to the to the lead belcher here.
Lead belcher.
Lead belcher. The place for lead. I didn't ask for lumps. I didn't ask for auto closing paint pot. Alright, one of these swords, yeah, there it is. One of these swords did not get the coverage.
One of these swords is not like the other.
Yep. Can you tell which sword did not get the coverage by the time I finish this paint job?
I did this stupid thing again.
Which stupid thing was that? Because there's a lot of...
City where they're holding a gun across their chest, so I can't paint the chest effectively.
Yep. Oh my god, I do that all the time. It really comes down to, like, I just get overzealous with gluing things.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm enjoying myself, so I don't stop. I think I did that with Punisher. Although Punisher might be only one part. All right, now we're going somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. All right, cool.
So I've been struggling with Pandora since the Christmas season started.
Go on.
So aside from, like, begging Casey to, like, just skip through on my Christmas station until she heard Last Christmas by Wham and then thumbs downing it so it wouldn't show up again, ever. Like, aside from that, like, I've been trying to get to Michael Crawford's Mary Did You Know?
Yep.
One of the songs, because Michael Crawford's the Phantom of the Opera, and his voice is outstanding. And so, like, that song, like, sung by him is just amazing.
It's fire. Yeah, it's fire.
So, like, I have no idea how Pandora's algorithms work. I've been fine-tuning for, like, 3 weeks, trying to, like, have it pop up. Knowing full well that I could have Casey did below. She has the CD and has it on her phone. So I can, like, listen to it anytime I want, but I'm like, it's a challenge to try and get Pandora to actually show it.
Sure. So
it's like, I started out thumbs up, like, one of the Carol of the Bells. That's, like, my favorite, like, Christmas song.
It's a good
like,
one.
The melody's great. Like, it can be used, like, in pretty much anything, and most Christmas medleys has it because, like,
it just fits, yeah.
I just really like the song.
Yep.
So, like, I like the one, and then now my, like, Pandora plays, like, some sort of Carol of the Bells, like, 3 out of every 4 songs.
Oh, no.
Which is fine, because I like it, and like I said, it's a very versatile song to listen to. At times, there's a lot of ways that they can arrange it and mix it in with other songs and do different things to make it interesting and fun. So I'm like, okay, so it's gonna play songs like that. So, like, I continue listening to my Pandora, and eventually the Pentatonics had a version of Mary Did You Know? So, like, I'm thinking, hey, it worked for Carol of the Bells, maybe I'll get, like, the version of the Michael Crawford if I like the Mary Did You Know from Pentatonics. No, because then Pandora's just like, oh, you want acapella? Here's, like, 18 different acapella groups singing all random stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, I enjoy that also, but not exactly what I'm looking for. Like, finally I got, like, Josh Groban on, and I'm like, please start thumbs upping these, because that's, like, in the same ballpark as Michael Crawford.
Right.
And I still cannot get Michael Crawford on.
Gross.
I'm just like, what do you want, Pandora? Make up your mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I stopped using Pandora. And part of that is I pay for Apple Music. So, right, I'm going to use Apple Music. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't necessarily want to hear the most popular of a band's work. Oftentimes, that's not their best work.
Yeah.
It's just whatever people seem to think is marketable.
So, they have a new thing on Pandora
Yep.
where you can adjust your your music. So it's like I can listen to and like just have it as my station. That's kind of like the default thing. But
Yeah.
I can also select like deep cuts that like pick the bands and stuff that show up on it, but play their like significantly lesser known songs.
Sure.
And they have like several other different options where you can like fine tune some of the stuff that way.
Okay, I like that. That's cool. I guess I also just like, almost I guess being in complete control.
Yeah, that I understand entirely.
As you know from paying attention to the Secret Santa channel. Oh, excuse me. I have quite an extensive collection of well, I guess there is no other word for it but alternative Christmas music.
Yeah.
In all senses of the word.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to find a very specific paint, and I'm coming up short here. Excuse me.
Getting tired?
Yeah, I've been tired all day, but that's nothing new.
Yeah, I hear you.
Rat flesh. Rat flesh. How hard can it be? Alright, I guess I'll go with dark flesh. Fine. 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 Fine.
What?
I'm giving up on the app. Citadel app,
Okay.
you're fired. I'm making things up myself. I'll do it myself! It's been a busy day. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, cool. Oh my god, stupid paintbrush. I've been having trouble lately with the brushes holding too much water.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems to be different enough. I suppose if I really wanted to know how to paint Skaven, I could just text Matt. But he's busy doing Pennsylvania things. All right. Cool. Nearing the home stretch base coating this model. Almost there.
What is it, Callie? Cat is being needy.
They do that. Oy, oy, oy. Um.
An Xbox thing?
What's that?
I apparently just got an achievement for an Xbox game.
How did that happen?
I don't know. It popped up on my PC.
Weird.
Neglect for the chest plate, for the packs of armor, the trim of his skirt.
Man.
Is that
All right. Where? Oh, it's right here. I wonder if this is still good. Oh, it is. Look at that. Balthazar Gold's still working. Oh, hold on a minute.
Bless you.
I forgot to take my allergy medicine yesterday. I'm miserable. Where is that?
There's a cat. Callie, you're not helping. But okay.
All right.
Now you're gonna fall asleep on my arm.
Oh God.
Go.
So I was asked recently to come up with my top 5 video games of the year.
Okay.
And I have a hard time doing that because, like, in an average year, I don't know that I'm playing 5 video games.
I was gonna say I can't think of like 5 games that came out this year. Yeah, that I've played.
Like, I've definitely played 5 games, but not that came out this year.
Yeah.
Unless you count remakes, right? Like Zelda or the Mega Man Zero collection or something like that.
Yeah.
So that was a tough ask. And like, my top video gaming experience of the year was playing an old Super Nintendo game. Over, Parsec. We were playing Goof Troop, and God, that game was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Very punishing. But I expect that out of a Super Nintendo era Capcom game.
Yeah. Capcom was brutal.
Was? I mean, is, right?
Yeah.
One of these days I'll bother to play Mega Man 11. Leather color. It's a good base color. Oh, Xandri Dust, right? Or Steel Legion Drab, I guess. I'm gonna use Xandri Dust. Leather, sort of a base. Oh no, I'm not gonna use Xandri Dust. I will use Steel Legion Drab. Like leather straps and things like that.
Yeah. The other good option for leather is rat skin flesh.
Yeah, I was looking for that earlier and couldn't find it. I thought I had it, but I guess not. Unless I'm not looking in the right place, which is entirely plausible. Although I did find a pot of Warplock bronze that I didn't know I had. Learning and growing. Okay, I guess. Oh. So used to putting my brush behind my ear that I was like, why is it not behind my ear? That's not a good place for that. Yeah, I think the Steel Agent Drab will do the job here. My brother Marcel, he do that every time, no trouble at all. Alright, here.
Blue.
The heck are we listening to now? It seems to have changed to Gregorian chants. Oh, it's still Metroid Prime. Apparently there was a Gregorian section in Metroid Prime that I don't remember. Granted, I don't remember a whole lot from that game, so it's very plausible. Very plausible.
The first Metroid Prime might be the only Metroid game I've ever played.
Super Metroid is probably the one I'm most familiar with. I did play that earlier this year. Again. For like the 12th time. Actually, Super Metroid might be the first game I ever beat all the way through. God, this Troll Slayer with a yellow beard is throwing me off hardcore. I'm so used to them being just bright, obnoxious orange. Which is what it will be when I'm done with it. Oh, right. I needed that dried back.
So much blue.
What's that?
So much blue.
Yeah, I'm running into the same problem with Dryad Bark here. Just keep missing spots and whatever. I think this model is supposed to be set on like a broken dock or something like that. Which it's definitely, like, the sculpt is definitely accomplishing that. But there sure is an awful lot going on here. I think I should be able to get away with just a little bit more lead belcher and be ready for inking on this one. Oops. Smack the mic. You can always tell when a big video game has launched, because Twitch just, like, nobody's watching anything. Unless it's that new game. It's like numbers have been way down the last couple of days. That said, I do want to play Cyberpunk at some point.
I do too. I'm very excited about it.
Once, I think I may... So my original plan was to do Mass Effect after I finish Arkham, the Batman Arkham games, but I think I might do Cyberpunk instead. But it is a rare game that I do want to try off stream first, just to sort of get my bearings.
Yeah.
Like, normally I'll go in completely blind, but this one I think I want to try out first. For a number of reasons. Not the least of which is to make sure my computer can handle it, which it should be able to, but... But at the same time, there's also a part of me that wants to wait till the price comes down.
Also not a bad option.
Right? Alright. I am really liking the way this guy looks. In terms of base coating. Pretty happy with it. The one thing I want to do is get a little bit of red in the rat's eyes. So we're going to grab Mephiston Red.
Solid choice.
This is not the kind of impulse decision that leads one right. You mean on Cyberpunk RPD? I don't know, it looked fun, man. Like, I'm not going to buy it tomorrow, but, you know, we got a lot of Arkham content to cover. It'll probably be a good 3, 4, 5 months at least.
You're going through all of the Arkham games?
Yep. And I've recently decided to add the DLC, like, story DLC into it, too. So, like, that is what we will be playing next week.
You finished Origins, right?
Main story, yes. Then I started playing Cold Cold Heart for myself, and I was like, oh, no, I really should be streaming this. Oh my gosh. Painting the Skaven eyes red made that happen. Hold on. I'll hold that better on camera. That is cool. Alright. I guess it's time to start inking this thing. In just a minute. I think I'm going to hit... Oh, wait, do I have an orange glaze? No, that's yellow. I do! Oh my goodness. I have an orange ink that I completely forgot about. And that's how we're going to get some orange on his beard. That was the first step. Oh shoot, I did miss a bit. Alright, I'll take care of that in a second. Oh my gosh, that's cool. Yeah, this is looking more like a Troll Slayer now. That is really cool. Ink wash through in the clutch again. That's how you do an orange beard. How you start one, anyway. Some good orange dry brush on there and it'll look really nice. I think. I hope. Probably. We'll see. Okay, I think this one just needs a whole bunch of earth shade, really. Although, I'm gonna try something. Where's the camo shade? No, that's green shade. That's also green shade. What the hell? What are you? What is you?
It's you.
Oh my gosh. What is you? Wait, do I have 3 things of Colia green shade? No. Oh, okay. No, I just found it. Found what I was looking for. So if this is going to be a dock, I want there to be some like pond sludge in here too. So instead of straight earth shade, I'm using a little bit of camo shade. I'm starting with the green on the Skaven's clothing, but I'm going to go elsewhere with it too. Hit a little bit of the signposts and stuff. Favorite technique I picked up painting Chaos Dwarfs, where to make things look sludgy or poisoned, you can go ahead and use the camo shade instead of, or in addition to, your standard earth shade. So I've done a little bit with that. I really ought to put away the base coat brush because that's just causing me problems now. And now we'll move over to the earth shade. Nuln oil, and the flesh shade, and the other shade, and then this shade, and then that shade, and the good shade, and the bad shade, and the O shade, and the attaboy. And good boy, and bad boy, and oh boy, and attaboy. Alright, where's that earth shade?
Okay. That is Echo.
Nice!
Gonna cheat a little with him. Because the advantage of the fact that his gun's across his chest, I got a little bit of the plate in there, but I didn't have to do like the intricate like handprint design and some of the other like flourishes he has.
Sure. Nearly done with Go Trek here. Just slopping a little bit more of this earthy shade on him. One being is I'm running out of places to hold him. And before anybody asks, yes, there is a reason that I left this sort of lampy bit unpainted, and it's because I'm going to do something special with it. To make it really pop. It's something I picked up working on those fireflies. But I need to paint them. I need to base coat it white first, and my white base coat is not working at the moment. Oh dear. Alright, last little bit. Or actually, I guess there's two little things, but... At least put him down for a second. All right. Well, he needs to desperately dry. Oh, no. I think I might be back on the Drakenhof Nightshade again. Okay. Not going to hear me complaining.
More Drakenhof?
Yep. For its pants. The pants! All right. Well, he needs to dry very badly. I'm happy with him. He looks pretty cool. Go Trek Gurnison. Ow. Oh wow, I'm seeing why they recommended the nightshade on this guy's beard. The first guy I was working on tonight. Really makes the gray stand out. And then when I hit it with some dry brush, it'll look great. How are you feeling, Mike? You ready to call it?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of at that point.
All right, me too. I'm exhausted, man.
Dry brushing, but
yeah, I'm beat, man. I'm so tired. But I guess we'll be back at it next week. We'll see if we can maybe make some...
I'm going to be out of town next week.
Oh.
I'm visiting family right before Christmas.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll be back at it next week. So that's good to know. Cool. So anyway,
sorry.
That's full week's notice. Maybe we'll get Adam on the stream. Maybe we'll get someone else. Who knows? I know Braithwaite's been fixing to join us at some point. I'll talk to him on Wednesday. Maybe I'll get a special guest on Saturday. But it might be just me, and then I'm okay with that too. Anyway, thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. It's pretty quiet, pretty chill. That's what we do here. I will be back tomorrow night on the Handelabra Games channel, doing the Tales from the Archive thing. And then I will be back here on Thursday playing some more Batman, and I can't wait for that. It's going to be very exciting. Mike, it is always such an honor and a joy and a pleasure hanging out with you, man. This is so much fun. I love doing it.
Yep.
And
I enjoy it also.
Yeah.
Quite a good stress release.
Oh, for real, right? I mean, we all need it these days. And hopefully it's a good stress release for all you watching at home and on YouTube and wherever you happen to catch this. We'll talk to you very soon, and we hope you have a great week. Bye.
Bye.